This segment brought to you in association with Burger King.
Say good evening to Mark, who is in the sports studio.
Well, good evening, Lisa, and I'll let you know that come this summer, women's football in Barbados will be upgraded when a new format kicks off. It's the Women's Futsal Challenge 2019 under a draft process. Officials say it's different from the usual women's league, with registration being done on an individual basis.
So the registration period is currently open and closes on Wednesday, May 29th, and the draft will follow on May 31st. So each team will be coached by a selected group of coaches who've been chosen based on their involvement with women's football over the years. So we have 12 coaches already on board, and we have 12 team names, and teams will be provided with uniforms from the BFA. So once the players register, they will be divided into 4 pools, and the draft process will be based on those 4 pools. So the 4 pools will be national team players, and then we'll have a pool for goalkeepers, one for those who've played in our women's league, not including national players, and then there's also a pool for beginners.
Now, the tournament is expected to run for 8 weeks from late June to mid-August, with an expected 10 to 12 teams made up of 10 players each. Herbert Toppin says it is also being used as a qualifier for upcoming regional and international competitions.
We have a lot of competitions coming up later on in the year, so it will be used as an opportunity for not just national team players, but players in general who've played in women's league to come out and, they get additional exposure. So far, we've had a really good reaction. We've had a couple beginners actually signed up, so that's exciting because we are targeting people who haven't played before, and we've had, I'd say right now, about 50% of those who've registered are national team players. So we're looking for a really diverse group of players in the competition.
All games will be played from 15 to 20-minute halves. Now, staying with football, plans to expand the 2022 World Cup to 48 teams have been abandoned by FIFA. FIFA President Gianni Infantino said last year the expansion from 32 teams could be brought forward from 2026 to the 2022 tournament in Qatar. The change would have required Qatar to share hosting duties with other countries in that region. But FIFA said after a thorough and comprehensive consultation process, the change could not be made at this time. St. Giles, Charles F. Broome, and Hinesbury all registered W's in today's fixtures of the 2019 Pine Hill Primary School's netball competition. Playing at the netball stadium, they all got over Deacons, Westbury, and Belmont respectively. CBC's Melissa Farley reports.
Deacons took the biggest defeat of the 3 games, going down 13-0 to St. Giles. It was the good efforts from goal shooter Tia Applewhite that helped her side crush their opponents when she shot 11 from 14 attempts. Applewhite was backed up by her goal attack in Kayla Gittings with a perfect 2 from 2. Deacons failed to respond despite a fighting effort. So too did Westbury, who found it difficult at the net against Charles F. Broome. Yading Lane shot 2 from 2 attempts, and Kamaya Hambin made 1 from 2, and that was enough as Charles F. Broome ran away with an easy 3-0 win. Well, despite going down to Hinesbury, Belmont at least managed to put 1 in when they fell 6 goals to 1. Belmont's lone goal came from Jack Raya Jones-Smith, but it was the 4 goals from 7 attempts from Kellyanne Griffith and 2 from 3 by Ivara Cumberbatch that took Hinesbury to the victory. The tournament continues tomorrow at the Dover courts. Melissa Farley, CBC Sports.
On now to cricket, where India's captain Virat Kohli says it is a great compliment to have been name-checked by Barbados-born pacer Jofra Archer as the wicket that he wants the most to claim in the forthcoming ICC World Cup. Kohli believes that Archer is an X-factor that justifies him being fast-tracked into England's 15-man squad for the tournament. It is high praise coming from a player of Kohli's caliber who will go into the World Cup as the #1 ranked batsman in ODI cricket. England may well be grateful for the added firepower that Archer adds to their bowling ranks in the wake of a quietly impressive first ball in international cricket for him against Ireland and Pakistan earlier this month. Archer did say yesterday that he wanted to get Kohli's wicket above all others because in their 4 IPL clashes to date, he never got the chance to bowl at him. However, Kohli also suggested that the batting lineup that has been lifted England to the #1 of the world rankings is what he calls obsessed with becoming the first team to post 500 runs in a single ODI innings. And he's warning that they will struggle to play their full-throttle expansive game when the pressure ramps up at the sharp end of the tournament. Now, most pundits believe that India and hosts England are the likeliest to contest the World Cup final at Lord's on July 14th. Now, India's captain has recent experience of World Cup glory, having played a role in the 2011 victory over Sri Lanka in Mumbai, whereas England have never won the tournament in 11 events dating back to 1975, and they have not even won a knockout match since reaching the final in 1992. More cricket news. Defending champions Collymore Sports Alexandra, they will take on Amaze Queen's College in one semi-final of their Sir Everton Weeks Under-13 cricket competition. Now, in the quarterfinals yesterday, Alexandra defeated Dyden Griffith by a whopping 194 runs. Playing at home, the defending champs batted first and made 294 for 4 off their 35 overs, with Kyle Jordan top scoring with 75 and Raheem Agard adding 74. Dighton were then dismissed for just 126.5 overs, with Jordan taking 4 for 25. QC also played their quarterfinal at home and defeated St. Leonard's by 6 wickets. Scores there: St. Leonard's 105 in 33.4, with Zion Brathwaite taking 5 for 16. QC 106 for 4 off 19.2. That Alexandra QC semi will be played on Monday at Darrell's Road. Meanwhile, in the other semi, it'll be Foundation against Nichols Bacon Combermere. In their quarterfinal matches, Foundation beat last year's losing finalists and hosts, Corrigan Parry, by 162 runs after scoring 247 for 8 off 32 overs and restricting CP to 85 off 23, thanks mainly to bowling figures of 5 for 10 by Joshua Dorn. Then, Combermere beat Harrison College at home by 7 wickets. Scores: 8C 133 for 9 off 33. Combermere 133 for 3 off 28.4. Now, that Foundation Combermere semi-final will be in Queen's Park, also on Monday. And the final is set for Bank Hall on May 30th.